going to be talking about discussing in our group ideas we have for the projection.
X-ray, yeah.
You know what I was thinking would be cool, but that would be too hard. Like a screensaver, see how you have weird, funky shapes and all that.
What?
Screensaver, moving stuff.
Because I've got a plug-in on Cinema 4D where it actually does this stuff for you.
Yeah, that could be used in real life. Like we could.
And if you add
Make
music
that.
to
We
it,
can put like some pillows in our stomach and project baby. That's cool.
let's not do one about childbirth though.
One of us?
Childbirth, that would be a bit. What do you think?
Easy.
I just think we need to come up with the idea first.
Yeah, that's
Why we will do this.
Why don't we just
and
do the
then-
one we just did? Chocolate. Save the chocolate.
I thought about this
Send it
because
to the
was
sun.
morning.
Come back to the rain.
You can, for example, project eyes on a chocolate and say, do you know by 20...
Do you have internet on your laptop?
Basically, the
Yeah.
Can we look at different projections people have done before? That will
Yeah.
give us ideas, because I don't think we're just going to sit in
I
here.
saw a narrative on a building.
That's what I was thinking.
Really nice.
So,
I'll show you one example of which recently has been done.
Maybe you could do it like on trees, tree trunks, textured stuff. Yeah, it's
I don't know, so it will look good because the texture will not help.
or we can project on different types of things, and then after someone can put it together and make a little movie of it. So we have the actual projections, and we have the photos, and we have
Okay, look
the
at
video,
this.
and at the end we have the actual final.
I know you've all seen it, but it's a good example.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah. So it kind of
That's
can
kind of something I was thinking when it was like colourful.
yeah, so we
objects
can
and
use
things,
we can use like kind of like sketches and stuff and something.
So it's not like a narrative. That's what I was thinking. Maybe we should do it based on the music.
This is just technique. And before
Yeah, we can
technique,
use
have
like-
an idea. It will be easier to think about technique then. How we will do that.
So we could choose a video. We could do stuff to it.
I don't think we should use something already used. Maybe a song, but not the actual video.
Well, not this one. Not this one.
Not any video. Unless one of you guys is going to be the
What?
video person singing.
I'll sing. Yeah, that's gonna be tragic.
Well, I can't sing
I
either.
never
so.
sing. I never tried. Don't try.
I do.
I don't even sing by myself because I would like, do I sound? I don't even like how I usually sound if I sing. It's like, this is what my order work.
I had an idea, but this would be kind of weird. Having a dancer dance and we project stuff on that. Like,
What?
see how you said having a person in the middle? Having a person dance and have stuff around them.
Like what kind of stuff?
I'm not sure. What kind of stuff would you have around a dancer? Like, if we have a dancer, and we can project stuff around it so it looks like a play.
But yeah, but you have to consider if it's gonna be a dark room, the dancer is gonna be a shadow. This is actually cool. I'll show you a video. So can you get another paper and write like our researches and stuff as well?
Research, yes. Video.
For example, like one of them is Justin Bieber. But I
What's the song
haven't-
called?
Where are you now?
Maybe we should just have
Dance movements and
drawing.
shadows.
But
Something
actually,
to-
it's not.
you know,
It's probably easier
it
to
could
do
be-
the dancing.
Something relating to our finishing of uni. Like something from beginning and into the end. And showing something maybe related to that.
Maybe how we all have mental breakdowns during one stage of the university life.
Like, telling something without saying anything.
Circus.
And something like, because you're graduating this year, so the time is, it's like,
Ah, you mean something like fireworks? I mean something that, not all of it, but Like dancing
Something
with
very-
fireworks. I don't know how that's gonna happen.
Cinema body, that's the only.
Um,
Oh, I've got recordings of fireworks.
I've got some as well.
We can use that too.
Oh wait, I do have. I've got
Just progressing, showing the progress.
I can make a video. I've already got clips. Let me show you.
Because when we came,
But it's
It
not
was a
proper
little bit-
fireworks, so it looks like it's just colours, blobs of colours. It's nice.
Mine's a. I've got one where there's this, they make a smiley face up with fireworks too.
So we could combine that.
I need to find them now.
And then-
I've got images of fireworks too.
What images I've got? This I did recently, and it's not necessary I use it for Ben. I haven't put
or
it
if
up
you
for
love
Ben.
to your uni, you can show something that you're going to be sad that you're leaving, and something maybe to find something what is relating to uni, not baby but something, and show that progress.
See progress.
It's going to be hard to do progress, though.
By
Because
your
it
work.
could be misunderstood.
Yeah. What do you think?
But celebration, I
I'm
think that's
looking at
nice.
inspirations, but I can't find anything interesting.
Celebration and moving objects, I think that's cool. And then we could have, I think we should combine all our different styles instead of just doing one beginning to
I
end.
think it's better if you get like short story, and then think how we can kind of relate it to project what we did today. So find the story first, then see how we can relate it to project.
Yes, was
For example, like today, were you here today?
the context.
Like for example, the chocolate. If it's about chocolate getting like we need to save chocolates, let's say.
There's no more chocolate in 2000 something.
We can say, for example, we can project on the chocolate and say, like the chocolate is talking and say, I'm about to finish and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Something like kind of really
it
quick
wings
advertising, like something like that. Or for example, it can be like about, like for example, Paris. We can film like that Paris, for example, something about war. Maybe that's just all ideas like
I
that.
thought you were going to say explosion of Paris. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
that's going to be a bit hard. Exactly, that's what I was thinking. That's
No,
the
for
other.
example, like projecting videos of like bombing and stuff like that, and for example, something like this.
It's going to be quite sad though. And it's going to be a lot of research.
Yeah, but it's not gonna be research,
Yeah,
but
we
because
keep
like
it more
it
simple.
makes sense. Because for example, when we say like for the fruits and stuff, we don't
But
want to
we
make
don't
something
have
boring.
To have videos of the actual bombing. We can make our own illustrations of the bombing, like a
Yeah,
stock
which is
frame.
nice.
You can use some seed.
Yeah, but it's gonna take time.
No, we can do it. This is a 1 week project. We have to think logically. In 1 week, in real life, we're going to have to get this already thought of. And the stop frame animation doesn't have to be 150 things. It can be quick drawings.
Yeah, like,
could be this some seed,
Yeah, it can
and
be like
the seed
10
is growing.
drawings. Yeah, 10
pencil
drawings.
drawings
Yeah.
or like blobs.
Just
And
simple,
or
yeah.
just paint splatters like of the actual explosions or something.
What's the thing? This fireworks thing actually.
It's good to have some workshop together, and just to do this quickly, and it's always look nice.
Because it's going to be hard because we can't test it and then realize what works, what doesn't, and then redo it. That's time.
And I can't imagine how we can reflect something without a projector.
That's nice.
Ah, there
Look
was
at
a
this.
small projector for iPhone,
This fingerprint.
but obviously won't be.
Yeah, but that is really big.
It's a Sydney, and a picture.
Sorry.
Text looks really nice, when you put text.
Yeah, text looks nice.
Text and textures. Yeah, like a stop frame, was it called? Like text, and then you've got textures in and out. And then
Textures
it could
would
have.
be good because you can do so much with sounds and textures.
There is one video. I'll show you guys.
No, I mean text, and not. It looks like texture. Yeah.
But I think dancing is a good
Just
somehow.
index.
Like each of us could do, I don't know, ballerina, dancing.
We can
10
all dance.
images.
Let's not be. We can all do
I
the
don't know
basic
if I remember
moves and
dance.
It would look like the professional people.
Yeah, but will you be comfortable enough to watch it with all class? Watch
I
it
don't
dance?
mind.
I do. Because I'm not a dancer.
No, don't necessarily have to dance, guys.
We'll just put.
What the
dance
idea
poses.
then? Poses and
Dance poses is different to dancing. If you do 5-6
Yes.
dance poses, you can put that in like.
covering yourself with some material. It will
For
be
example,
maybe nice.
if I
But
take 5-6 pictures of Camilla dancing or you dancing or just poses,
Oh,
you can put it on
yeah.
the loop, and that way when you play it faster, it looks like you're dancing, but you're not really dancing, and you won't see your face, which is a good idea.
Or we could literally just look at YouTube dances and wear like different like stuff like cloaks and like Chinese
See, I
stuff
could bring my
that
sister in.
don't
She's a
actually
dancer.
look like.
her sister's dancing
Exactly.
as
Bring a couple of children in and be like, just dance for us. There you go.
well. Yeah, my
Yeah,
daughter
that wouldn't
can
work.
dance
They need
as well.
to choreograph it and everything. So. Or
Dancing,
we can
not in
draw
a
dance.
proper
I
way.
think the best thing is
What
like
the idea then?
just expression of someone. Like for example,
Maybe it could be something
like
slow.
like for example, one of us is just standing, then we have projection of like fire around us, and we just like stop to like, whoa, we're not on fire actually, but like the, you know, if you make sense for
I
it.
had a good idea actually. Someone can come in dressed in all black, long black t-shirts, long black trousers and all that. That way the projection will be, they can start off small, like see like a
you mean,
disease,
like, all of
like
it?
it's small and then it grows and grows and grows and you can have,
We actually can make like, that's a good subject. We can, for example, you know, like how we're looking for a narrative,
yeah,
and we can relate it to kind of like something like an
illness.
illness, something. They say like, you know how when you go to like doctors, they say, have you gave this test? Do you have this problem? Do you know, like, for example, 93% of the women has this problem. So we can show from like how a disease can start.
Like how
and,
it starts tiny and then grows and
Do you
grows
mean
and then
start
like
like
it
a
over
statistic?
consumes you. No, I don't think we should
I
have
would prefer
statistics. We can
pregnancy
have
than
voices.
disease.
Huh?
I would prefer pregnancy than disease.
Do you want to be pregnant?
No, I mean the baby. The idea about the growing baby is more interesting than
Sure,
disease.
but everyone knows how babies
They want to
born.
talk about
Not really
disease.
many people understand how diseases are spread or like infections inside the body. Have you seen an actual video of how like
you know, but that's
The
actually
virus
gonna be
or
really cool.
Viral.
no like
With,
how
like,
like
colours
a little
and-
small
For
cell could
example,
change into like
I would like
you
like
seen-
to have, for example, all over me. Like I would wear a like black scarf or even on my face.
or like
Then you project like the disease coming like
small and then
lots
spreading
all on
and
me.
spreading and spreading.
Then you can project a like really old version of me on me.
yeah, or like an ill version like where you're like
Yeah.
Can we-
skinny and
You
white
can
and
make
small,
me
like
bold and
with
stuff.
like
And
yeah
then
with
you take it off like
your
cloak.
bones showing and everything.
Yeah.
Yes. That's actually
Oh,
really good.
that's nice. You're all dressed in black. We've got a cloak, and then you go in white, so you get all projections. You either go from ill to
The time is
an
going.
ill, or
Or, no, because she'll look normal the way she is, and then she goes into being ill. So
Yeah,
she
we'll
just
show
had a
that.
good
I
idea
can
about.
for example, photograph myself with Photoshop. I make myself ill. Then you project that on my on
after.
my face.
So when she puts like a black scarf on her, the disease has consumed her, and then after you project that face, and like she looks really, really ill. Then
Yeah.
what do we do? We can reverse that order and say,
We
you know,
actually can use it somewhere. You know, like it's about to. We can use that in our
Maybe
portfolio
we-
as
that's,
say we
that's
did
something
the
that I would
awareness.
love to have in my portfolio.
maybe we should actually do something like that, like blood awareness or something.
I think about leukemia.
the cells.
Leukemia because I have some information about leukemia because
Something like
there was like
That's a really deadly
you
disease.
can read awareness. So because it kind of
It
like
could be like a quick advert, basically.
really quick one.
Can we then find some nice
Adverts are
video
like what?
showing that how it's growing, as you said, and
Even
use
if we
it?
can't, if we Google how it goes in the body, we
Just
can
need to show
sketch it
something
really
nice.
quickly.
I can show you some videos. I found some really good ones.
Yeah, why not?
I'm going to make a group chat on Facebook for all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
we
way
could all
when we
sketch it
saw
and
it,
then
yeah.
stock frame. But
We
make
already
it
have a
so-
group chat. Just add
Yeah,
the
just
link on.
yeah.
that would work.
That's really nice. We can
Because
actually
then that
all
would-
use it in our portfolio. Say we
Exactly.
did the awareness. And we can actually like put it on YouTube and maybe we get a lot of views and stuff like that.
Because that is a good topic and it's something meaningful and it's
So,
lots of people go
okay,
through it.
And we could even like make a sequel to it.
Girls, you mean awareness for which one?
It's leukemia.
How the people, I think
You know
the flu
why
more.
I say leukemia? Because leukemia is actually something that people need awareness for it, because when someone has leukemia, people can actually help
Is
them.
it infection or
No,
it's
it's not
a blood-
infection, but the thing is,
the cells? Yes.
there is only
Is it
5 people in the whole world which have the same DNA as your blood. So all of the
Leukemia is your
people
blood.
needs to give that
You die
test.
'cause of your own blood. It's poisoning your
And so,
that is good.
for example, I knew a girl. She was a
One of
Persian
our
girl,
friends died from
and she
leukemia.
was 24.
She's quite like a mother. She
So
died.
when she got the
Like that
leukemia,
girl that I told you
she
about.
shared her awareness
I know-
so much,
heard of it,
because
the name,
there is
but,
only one
And there's
one
like she
person
says,
in the
they haven't
world that
changed the
can
blood
that
every
could
time.
help her
they
just
can't.
by giving blood to her. She could help her, but
Because
people
there's
need
only
can
1%
understand how people
of certain
can
population.
get
Like,
that
out
they
of this
know
whole world,
that
there's only
they
a
got
certain
if
population
if
that
they
can help
do
you.
just a
And they're
blood
the ones that
test,
usually don't give
and
blood
like
because it's a very
they have to
rare
be
genetic
logging
thing.
in the blood
So the only
blood
way
bank
you can
in
cure
the
autism
ward.
is
That's why I'm asking what is
replace that
awareness,
with
what we
someone
need people
who
encouraged
has
to
that
do.
gene that will-
To go and have a blood
Yes.
test. This is
So,
what you need to mention
so
that.
our aim is to encourage people
have a
to
blood
do
test.
the blood test.
This is our idea then, because we need to tell
Yeah.
something.
To give blood,
Our
you mean?
message.
To give, yeah, because like,
I used to give blood, so
yeah, I know, but like with this
We're thinking
one,
about the message
they
we should
test
send to
a
people.
DNA, something in your blood, because, for example, no, let's not talk about, if I have leukemia, there's only one person in the world, 1 or 2 person in the world who will have the same DNA blood that I would have. So if everyone give blood tests, it's easier for me to
bank,
find that
yeah.
person.
Yeah. And you don't like, it's not like you're
Just
going to
need
kill
to
that
give it to
person
the
by using
bank.
their blood. They give it every so
They just,
often. And,
yeah, they just give like this tiny bit of blood, and it helps, like it brings me back to life, but it's not taking anything from them.
oh yeah, in the end it could say like bring me back to life,
Yeah, bring me back to
like a
life.
quote.
Okay, I love this.
Yeah, that makes sense.
This year, there
So
is
that you could
sense.
have like a final quote with just
We
the
need
black.
just to do a drawing
black
or
flowers and
sketches.
Yeah, we can see how people respond to it, and if it's like good enough, we can actually like develop
I'm
it.
actually excited about this now.
I know, I love
Okay,
that.
where do you think we can
Because
project
it doesn't seem like it's a lot of
I would say
useless
we
work.
were thinking to do it in studio, because you know,
now
if you
it's
want to
just-
book
or
the
in studio,
projector and take it out, I know he made it sound easy that we can't actually take it, but
we have to
I wouldn't think it would be like just like that easy to, because there is only 2 projectors
Yes,
and
this
there
is
is
the
too many
problem,
groups,
yes.
so
we need to
everyone's
comment.
gonna
And
We need to
since
find
we're
out.
only projecting on a person, or 1 or 2 people, maybe 1 person, and then like we can all draw.
I was
stuff
actually
together.
thinking-
It's easier to have it in like something with them.
I was actually thinking, like, because you know with leukemia they said out of like 5 or 6 people, one person gets it. So we can start with 5 or 6 like people, and then we start the
Focus
projector on one.
One person.
So one of them turns
So it's
black
4 of us.
suddenly.
But since it's 4 of us and we can't, one of us has to be projecting, we can take a picture of, like, you don't, for example, like she says, 5, 6 people.
No, maybe we
you can have
project.
Well,
all
yeah,
of
exactly.
that
You
on
have to, you know, or whoever's going to be the main person, and then you have 5, 6 other people, but
Projections.
without faces. You don't have to have faces, but like the same person only wearing different things. Project them, and then them slowly disappear, and she's just left.
Yes.
Can I just draw that down? So I'm going to forget. So 1 person.
And the rest are projected people.
Sorry, this is ugly, but
No, that's
and
fine.
then there's like 1, 2, 3. How many people did you say? 5.
Like for example, we have to
use the
research
statistics,
the
I
quick
think.
research to see how many people. Then we just bring some people, and they
Yeah.
don't need to be all women, because men can get it too.
Yeah.
And then we just we project in one.
And these guys fade away.
And that person turns black, like the black.
I think we need to
everything.
take pictures of people we know that, so we don't copy a person
You
from
will
online.
not
So
give
we
me
know.
faces.
What do you mean?
Like take a picture of who.
It's gonna be us.
yeah.
Like for example, if it's me,
Just take pictures of
I'm
us.
gonna take a picture of myself and make it old.
Take one.
So you can.
Yeah, but for the people, take a picture of your boyfriend just without his face. We need a man projector too,
Yeah.
and we can have the same man only with
It
two
doesn't
different
need to
things.
be put. That's what I'm saying. If we get it in the same place, imagine this
I
is
could get
a
my
studio.
brother. Photograph.
Imagine if that's a studio, we bring all of them, like for example, it's all of us in there, and we take a video because all we need to do is to record all of this. So we record everyone
The
there,
camera's set recording.
and then like for example, they're talking, and they one by one they start to disappear, and there's just
I
one
was
left.
thinking also another thing. We have two cameras recording. One recording from the back of the room showing us all being involved, and one recording closer to the screen. So you can bring your camera and I will borrow one. And one recording right next to the screen so it only hits whatever, where, for example, this is...
One's recording what you're gonna see
This
as the
is the
final.
room.
One's the.
The projector's here, and you're like here, whoever's there, and that's the board. One camera here projecting everything that we do, and one camera here only projecting the final outcome.
Yeah.
That way we have a final piece also,
As well as a blog
everything.
sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll
There's
also
just
be taking
hardly
pictures on
any
the
work
phones as we
extra.
go along and all that, so we have a lot
Yeah.
to work with. That way you can't say anything.
It is a lot to work with for a week project
Okay,
anyway.
so let's give people different roles so that we all know what we're doing, because otherwise... And this can be done on Facebook, so we can just send pictures. This is what I've done. What did you guys think and everything? So,
Still recording.
who wants to do research? I don't mind doing research. I'm quite quick at it. You're quite quick at it.
I'm not really quick, but I have some. I can give you some lists that I know.
What we need to know is how it looks.
Okay, so what do
So
we need to
we
know?
could-
Let's write down the questions we need to know.
We need to know how many people gets it.
Yeah.
How can we stop
How many
it?
people can save it? Like the have the same blood type.
How many people? Have the same blood? Yes.
We
And
need to record in a
Maybe
creative
in-
way how the disease is growing.
In every country?
yeah,
or
we need to know how the disease goes in our body.
How quickly
Oh,
and
they have
how
many
it changes our cells or something.
how quickly it spreads. How right in brackets cells or something.
So we will need to sketch this, or we will do some sketches.
No, we can. We
Yeah.
can actually find videos, but if not, somebody can sketch it.
I think we should all have different style sketches, so then we could.
Or we can have
Yeah.
one image of what it should look like, and we all sketch
And do it in different
Yeah.
ways.
ways. Yeah.
Because then I think it will look more interesting, and then it could go faster, like Flash, you know.
Should we have a
different
set
style.
color? Two set colors then.
We can do just
As in we
black.
have black, and
yeah.
white as the
But we
thing.
need to look online to see what it looks like. and what other people
black.
Let's actually
what
let
it's
me
supposed to
let
look
me
like,
see
so.
how leukemia spreads.
If it's blooded, it'd be like red.
Yeah,
or
but I was thinking since it's
burgundy.
in the body, that it should be like a dark red.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dark.
But are we
What
not gonna use
reflects
it?
on black though? We need to think about that as well. What shows up?
Dark red would show up really well. Dark red, black and red are very good.
Because
colours
white,
together.
they only tried white.
Bright
You tried
colours are
orange,
better.
innit?
Yeah, bright
And it
colours
showed.
works better, I would say.
And it will catch that attention more. So shall we say bright red to burgundy so we can mix with both? Because it can start like quite... Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, so it can start quite bright as soon as like it
bubbles.
starts
Red and burgundy and a bit of purple, or purple, purple and black.
So red to burgundy, hints of purple.
Yeah, it looks maybe like blood cells, isn't it? So
Yeah. It's like,
is there gonna be? We will see about the end if there's gonna be like a solution, or maybe not. The solution would be the.
There's not gonna be a solution. The solution at the end we will
Be the
we
type.
can just type say you can save a person's life by just spending 10 minutes of your time doing a blood test.
Yeah, we had a quote, and then we could.
Has leukemia. To find out, we must travel into the body itself, entering the micro world of the cells. The body performs thousands of different processes. These processes are carried out and controlled by workers called cells. One of the most important cell groups are the blood cells. These blood cells are made in the bone marrow, which is where our journey begins. The body needs to make billions of blood cells a day. Because of this, the bone marrow has to operate quickly and efficiently. It makes white blood cells, the body's doctors, red blood cells, the oxygen carriers, and platelets, which are like internal plasters. All the different blood cells are grown from stem cells. The cells then mature in the marrow and are released into the bloodstream
like your
to
thing.
take their part
The
in running
honestly.
the body. Sometimes a defective blood cell is created. The cell cannot perform its vital role efficiently. Usually a sign would tell the cell to destroy itself. However, this cell ignores the body's instructions and begins a process called mitosis.
Oh my
It
gosh, we have
divides
this in our
itself
body.
into two, making an exact copy. Each new cell does the same, rapidly reproducing the same defective cell. These defective
You're
cells
so
are called
evil.
cancer
I know.
cells.
It's like
The
Halloween.
bone marrow becomes filled with the cancerous
Little
cells.
oranges.
It thinks that it has created enough blood cells and the production of new blood cells is halted. The cancerous cells enter into the bloodstream and spread through the body. If a virus or harmful bacteria enters the body, the white blood cells are sent to fight the foreign cells before they can reproduce. But the cancerous white blood cells are immature and do not have the correct information on how to combat these infections. The foreign cells divide and spread throughout the body, making the body sick. Cancer can be treated with chemotherapy. This is when a medicine called the antineoplastic drug is introduced into the bloodstream. This drug is toxic to rapidly producing cells like the cancer cells. It latches onto the cancer cells and kills them. The bone marrow then receives a signal to make new blood cells. White blood cells can then mature and combat any infections the body may have, returning it to a fully functioning life machine.
Production. That is like cinema 4D.
Yeah, it is. With this one as well.
So they're already advertising the drug, not like the other person can help with the blood.
The best solution is to other person's blood.
With leukemia, you can get more than once. You can get cured from it and then get it a couple years later again. Much worse because it doesn't sometimes
Yeah,
go away.
and if it goes, like for example, because what leukemia does, it makes people sick
Affects the
really,
bone.
really much and make them weak. So, for example, after 1 year, they can't stop it anywhere. They can stop it, but you get it. Like next week you get it, next month you get it. Like it
And you,
won't
like,
stop. So
in bed
the
most of the
only thing that can stop it is from someone else. Let's see if they have any projection.
No, this one's package.
Yeah, that one doesn't have anything. Let me see if this one. Oh my god, look at this one.
Bit sad project. A bit sad project.
So it's like cancer, or it is cancer.
It is a
It is.
cancer.
Just
It's a
kind of.
cancer.
So I thought of an idea would be, see how like it starts, blah blah blah, and it spreads. We can have like little tiny circles just multiplying
Yeah.
or spreading, and
Yeah.
then like making its way back and forth around the body, like a map, just spreading.
So I think we should see the body as a contour and just work inside the shape.
So how about we all just do this? So we have like, sorry, this is gonna be so ugly, but
So I think in Photoshop or whatever we do, we should do as a rectangular thing, and then we could
There you
crop
go.
the same image of all we've done.
But it looked good at the first.
You can show the, cells, the good one, and the cells changed after when it's,
They get corrupted.
yeah.
I had a good idea. If we're gonna do like, we're all gonna work on like
We
little
can't.
silhouettes.
No. 1 second. What we also need is like the symptoms. So, for example, if we're like 6 people in a room, then we're gonna project the thing in one person. How would she know that she has leukemia? So we have to have the symptoms as well. So the symptoms, one of them is
It will be a movie
bleeding.
then.
One of them is
Fever.
bleeding. Fever.
Where bleeding from? Where bleeding from?
I think
Nose
it's
or-
from everywhere. Like the cough bleeding, nose bleeding,
It's quite
bone pain.
How do you want to show
Hepatomen?
that, guys? I don't think so. It will be like.
No, I mean like like some movements maybe before or during the whole thing whilst it goes around, you could probably have like move your hand, show that. I mean just like slight movements whilst.
I think we would like
I
ready
mean
to go.
how are we
in
gonna make that obvious actually?
Yeah.
Because even if you act it
Either we-
out, people are still going to be like,
Yeah,
oh, what's
either we have to
happening?
say it.
No for details, I think.
Or we can have.
No details. Just lines
We
and
can
It
have
should be
circles.
like a sciences project, for scientists, like cells, and to show how it's changed graphically, nicely,
Yeah,
and to encourage people to go and to give the blood, but not like to go to, into
Detail,
details.
no,
It's
we don't
not
go into
really
detail.
pleasant to see the people.
Unless on the side, for example, if she's being attacked by the cells, we can like do little arrows, or like on the actual cells, we can write what a symptom is, and as it grows, more symptoms come
Maybe
on.
we could just add some type
That's us.
somewhere inside the.
How about you start off with lots of white veins and all that, and then as it attacks, you can stay because she starts
so
off
it
healthy.
bleeds into
Yeah, so the white
black,
gradually
red and
turns
black.
into gold. Yeah, so it looks like it's actually bleeding
in a graphic way, but we don't have to do cinema 4D because we don't have time. So we'll do it in like drawings and gradients and Photoshop and stuff.
I like most the idea just to give you a hand.
It's like a washed out red.
This is the
Yeah,
Kind of, yeah.
So maybe
Easiest and the quickest thing to do is like if you film first. For example, there is lots of people, 10 people, for example, in a room. Everyone's are talking, and then one of them start, for example, coughing and stuff like that. So she started with the symptom, but not all of them,
just
to
to
make
show that
people
something
there's
happened,
something like that, and then to focus on that person turns black, like the black thing, and then from there we project most of the persons who had leukemia on that face. Okay, so to say that it can be you, then the only thing that we can actually make in this short amount of time, we can't like project the body things and stuff like that. It's too much. All we can do is just like full of like leukemia things in the body, and just to show how someone else's blood can kill them. That's it. So
it's better to keep it simple.
it's simple. So because
Instead of faces, why don't we do handprints?
handprints on the face.
Show the
Handprints, like tiny little handprints covering the whole body.
handprints is good because
Because that way
fingerprint
you're
is
not actually
unique.
representing people, because that's been done too many times. You're presenting a hand,
I showed
a
her
fingerprint,
before.
a DNA. That's all presented by a hand. So you can all take different. I can do my sister's handprints. Random people, I can get my dad's, and they dry in like 2 seconds, and we
And
can
it's
scan them
really
all in and
nice.
just.
But I still like the idea of
I just showed you Kim
having
with
some
the
sort of
fingerprints.
colour
Look at this.
stuff.
I did show her this one. It's really nice because she knows I showed her before. And it's look interesting, the texture,
Or just
and
hands,
unique.
because it'll be better than faces, because photographs, it's been done, I've seen it so many times,
And its texture is like more graphic.
because handprints is more personal too than
You know what would be
It's
nice?
unique. This is what we're talking about. That only
The
one
etching
person
it
can happen.
gives really nice print.
that will.
Faces on like our faces, was like to say this can be anyone.
I know, but that's why I thought handprints, because it is more unique. If you're talking about one person being able to save that person's life,
It's good for
showing a
this as well.
face of how many people is affected, fair enough, okay, 100 people can be affected. That doesn't show that. People see that so many times now, it doesn't make them like think twice.
Okay.
If you do something more personal, like signatures.
How
or
can
Maybe
we
you could
shoot?
still
How
have
come?
the face, but have like hands. Maybe it could have like the face is for the people that are affected, and the hands are the people that could help, but don't help.
But then it's one
Okay.
face, not 100.
You know what we can do?
Yeah.
You know, we can show one hand with fingerprint. I mean, printed.
Or maybe it could just be.
The health one, and then becomes the disease one, like to show something changed and to explain.
But if you notice, most of them don't have hair as well.
How can
Yeah.
we, you know, how can we?
Well, she died. She actually had leukemia, and she tried, and
Introduce
so many
that-
people
that
are sprayed for her.
How can
But
we introduce that kind?
1 week after she actually found someone
there
who
is-
could help her, she had the leukemia
Instead
for
of
2
hands,
weeks.
she said, like
She
little
died.
hands pop up.
So you basically go to that website, you register for it, and you get it done.
We're trying to make it public.
So target audience.
Everyone,
Me.
because it can happen to everyone as well.